Hello! I'm going to do an unplanned live video, which always goes well. Hello, it's Sunday morning. I should be a bit quieter because it's Sunday morning. But I'm kind of awake, massively, but also really tired because of the crippling heat that nobody's mentioned. But yeah, I don't know what my sleep pattern is anymore. But today I am going to be photographing terrain, probably all morning and a bit of the afternoon. I will show you shortly, I've got various deep cut studio mats and various bits of terrain, and I'm going to be just making some nice little scenes rather than you know, just a miniature on a black background or a Photoshop background. They're more fun when they're out and about. I've been a bit inspired by North Star and Kev Dallamore's photography. He does some lovely little Frostgrave scenes and things like that, so I'm copying them. It's just nicer. I've got so many painted minis. The value of that, I'm getting comfy. The value of that must be loads. It's my most precious thing, my boxes of painted minis. Hello, Jimmy. So it's a bit sad that they just, hi Richard. It's sad that they just sort of live in their multi-cases, so I thought I'd get them out. And especially lately, it's been lots of, Amazons and Dwarves. Lots of double thumbs up today. Lots of Amazons and Dwarves, which is cool, but I think sometimes the older stuff can get forgotten. So I thought, yeah, let's photograph some of the other stuff that hasn't had such a spotlight on it, or because it was so long ago, newer people might not have seen it. The video is chilled, so I've got my cup of coffee with my plug bad Squiddo mug. I don't think there are any more of these. If Peter's watching, he'll probably get angry. There's one of you keeps asking about mugs, and I keep saying, yeah, I'll do them soon. To do the little waves of merch, but I just haven't had the spare funds. Each time I get the funds, I think I could do mugs, or I could do more minis, so I keep putting them into minis. But hey Sebastian, how's everyone today? I'm both quite excited, and should also be aware that it's Sunday morning. I don't know what time it is either. It's about 10. I know you get to see my horror little sips from this angle as well. I've been quite isolated this week, so I thought I'd hang out with some people on the internet. What other news? Everyone was really nice about my video, so thank you. The last one I did here. This is a cool little area, I like it. What other news? I've got a newsletter which I think is going out soon. I did the scheduled thing, so I never know when they come out. I think it's coming out at 10. And that's got some new stuff in. We've been working on the... oh, what was it? Spider. We've been working on the new World War II stuffage. So Rob McFarlane has done our second digital stuffage now. My vocabulary is as to be expected on a Saturday morning. So the first thing he did was the identification telescope, which is really nice. I think there might be mastercasts of that kit at my office, I'm not sure, but it might. If not, it's getting made at the moment. And so he did that, and the crew were done by Alan, our usual World War II guy, and so I'm so distracted. There's a lot to look at when I'm on this. So Rob McFarlane has also now done our Bofors anti-aircraft gun, and it is so nice. It is so nice. We were figuring out how to best get the dollies for Alan to then do the people. I can't see what things are. To do the people, and how we'd figure out, you know, when you're working with two sculptors to make one piece. And then halfway through the conversation, we were like, you sculpt people, so why don't you just sculpt them? And I think maybe we were both delirious, so we decided that Rob's done my first digital people, which I'm still a bit, digital people. They look great though. They're done in the same style as Alan, so they fit in with the rest of the stuff, the rest of the range. I did tell myself to stop saying stuff so much. but it's weird. It still feels weird to see, but they're so nice. He brought some prints down. So we've got two, no, I haven't said this anywhere yet, got 2 male crew, 2 female crew, because women weren't allowed to fire them. I still haven't figured out whether they're allowed to test fire them, but they're definitely not allowed to fire them in combat. There was this whole thing about it. So the women were quite often doing all the other jobs around the Bofors and the batteries and all the other anti-air, air defence sort of gear, but they weren't allowed to pull the trigger. But I'm still like super, I want to be super historically accurate, so I've got men in the seat, but I know a lot of you use it for other types of gaming, so he did promise stuff about not saying stuff about the stuff. So yeah, so there's men in the seats, which is not my first male miniatures, so my last Sunrise has got dudes in it, and I do have a fallen soldier in my medic kit. So there's dudes on the seats, but there's also women on the seats as optionals. I don't know exactly how I'm going to configure the packs yet, but you can have women in the seats if you just think, sod it, I want an all-women army, or I'm playing Pulp, or whatever. You just, yeah. There's also the 3 female loaders, and he's currently working on just a little, it'll probably be an optional upgrade pack with some ammo cases and some spent ammo, and obviously more cups of tea, which has reminded me. Good morning, going to Gothenburg to grab some stuff. I can't scroll. Oh. Good job, Sebastian. If you see any wargame shops, tell them to go stock my stuff. Trying to take over the world. Thanks, Sable Badger. I think my hair looks awesome as well, although it's currently a bit heat dead. I've been dunking my head in water pretty much every hour or so all week, so I've given up sort of washing it. I've just been water dunking it. But I like it very much. This bit's been nice and handy for the hot weather. It was a good timing. Hi Tim, hello everyone who's just joined. It's actually people watching for a change, whilst I have nothing to say. So watch Annie look nervous at the camera. Are you all still alive? Because I want you to all be alive to continue buying things. So that's my kindness. It's the only reason I was making sure you drink loads of water. It's because the customers aren't going to buy anything. I also don't want you to die, Eddie. Thanks, Jimmy. Hello, Edwin. Yay, yay! Everyone's coming. This is good. Good morning. Have you got your various cups of tea and stuffage? It's stormy. I set aside today to take pictures because I thought I've got my lights. I've only got one on at the moment because they were, but I've got my lights and I've got the natural light, which is here, which is why I've positioned everything. But there's no natural light because it's all it's not storming yet, but it's building up to it. But I'm happy. I've lost my train. I'm happy it's not so hot. It's been driving me nuts. I brought the fan home and me and the pigs were just sort of dying in the fan. Hi Val! Compliments to you, random customer, please don't die. Yeah, exactly. A few people said in the thing as well that I did remind them to drink water, so I may have saved some lives there. Hi John! I enjoyed this terrible angle of my little suppage. 7 at night over here and late winter, still good for a cuppa. Currently figuring out how to paint my minis. Aside from paying folks, what paints work best? Answers to the gang. I would say all paints are good. Are you new to the hobby, Jamie, or is it just my figures in particular? I have a mixture. Let's have a look. I can show you here. So I'll unclip. I've got a clip. This is where I'll accidentally press the. There we go. So there we go. Let's do a thingy. Hang on a moment. Close up face. Although you can see that's not too bad actually. That's me starting to get my terrain. I'll show you that in a moment. So the paints I currently have, it's not complete because I lost loads when I moved, but they're obviously all GW. And then I've got a mix of some privateer and some game colour. I had tons of Vallejo paints and I've just lost them in a move. And I've got a couple oldie ones there as well. But I think I quite, oh, let's turn that around again. How do I do that? There we go. I like using a variety of brands. I find some companies do certain colours better or different effects better. I live really near to Warhammer World, so I've got loads of GW paints, because the theory was when you're painting and you run out, oh, there's some more paints over there, I have got more Vallejo. When you run out and you want something right now, it means I can run over and get them. That was the only reason. But yeah, I do like Vallejo. They have lots of nice stuff. I've been playing with the new contrasts. I don't know if anyone saw that video. That was pretty terrible. They're good. I just couldn't get on with them. But I did at least come to the conclusion at the end that it was just me being rubbish, and it wasn't. I was blaming the tools. I was fully blaming the tools. They just weren't working with my paint style. Hi, David. We're just anyone who's just sort of got here, we're just hanging out, having tea, talking about stuffage and trying to not say stuff. I started painting, I put it on the other video, but I started painting some shield maidens. They're only roughly base coated, but that's what I do, and then I'll chuck some ink on. Well, these are going to be less good than normal. But brain, what's this one here? Yeah, so they're just base coated, inked, and then they're going to have a bit of highlight. And the reason the contrasts don't work for me is because I kind of sloppily put it on and it neaten up with each colour. But if you go over the lines and then you're putting another sort of translucent colour on it, you can't, unless then you've got to go back, and it just didn't suit. I've got an art background and I always preferred acrylic, 2D painting. I always preferred acrylic to oils because I like to just sort of bam stuff on and then it dry and then you can keep fixing, rather than the sort of endless perfection that you do with oil paints. My attention span's terrible, as you can see. I'm gonna stop talking for a second. Internet friends. Have you tried the new GW contrast? Any good? Yeah, I just mentioned them, unless you're asking Jamie Manley. They're a good tool. I think they're much better for plastics, like GW stuff, because it's entirely the surface is entirely perfect, and they're made for it. But with metal, especially hand sculpted metal, any slight imperfection which you can't see at normal levels, it's just the nature of hand sculpting, you know, really exaggerates them. And I was looking at them going, they look like these are cast really bad, and they're not. But that's me putting it straight onto an undercoat. I think if you use them as heavy washes and stuff, it's better. The best results I've seen from them have been on plastics. I've got, in case I ran out of things to ramble on about, I've got a couple of figures. Me good. I got Jez Allen to paint. I've had Clara painted a while ago by Paul Sanderson, but now they're going to be a new pack. I got him to paint her in a different colour scheme. So this is Clara. This is Willow, who came out at Salute. He's done such a good job. When I get round to it, because there's a million jobs, they're going to be re-released as a pack of 2. Oh, there they are. Oh. No, that's not the best. Oh, that's a better angle. This in particular is so lovely. It's exactly what I had in mind. So they're just they're a pair of witches to go. Oh good God, my nails aren't too bad. They're a pair of witches to go with the My Last Sunrise stuff. There's a plan to do more of those. There still is. Again, there's just a million items on the list. I didn't say things there. I've got this totally random miniature. It's the Jugglers. Jez has painted those as well. They're sculpted by Alan Marsh. I let him go wild and that's what he sculpted and I love it. This is really fun. It's mad, it's one piece as well. It's crazy that it's one piece. I still haven't put these photos up again, I just haven't had a chance. So today, the rain has started. The plan for today is to photograph do some sexy photo shoots to put them in terrain. I've got the post-apocalypse stuff and I've got the jungle stuff. And that'll do for now because I'll take so many pictures. I'll show you in a moment the tub of Ghost Gaia I got out. I just saw a pink hair on one of them. There's a lot of miniatures, so I thought between those two scenes that's plenty of photos. And then I'm looking for some recommendations for some more terrain that's either pre-painted or really quick to paint, or if anyone wants to lend me some terrain if they're in Nottingham at all. I just want to take pictures of them doing cool stuff. They're really nicely painted. Everything I've got is pro-painted. So yeah, just want to make them look cool. But after that, I will be doing the boring photography, which I hate. It's the product photography for the packaging. It's just a fiddly. No, they never look as good. I've got the full, I'll show you in a moment, my cool setup. But they still never look quite, so I just take a million pictures and then I've got to sit and cut them out online, on the computer, put them onto the packaging. You know, I haven't got any to hand. I've got the brain that's melting. The picture on all the packaging of the painted thing. So yeah, I've got Jesters, Clara and Willow. Ralph has painted my lions as well. Look at those. So there's one there, and then there's a jumpy one. No, that's the scene from The Lion King they don't show you. Oh, maybe I'll sell those now because everyone's going Lion King nuts. Woo. These were sculpted ages ago by Phil Hines when Congo was big, and I never got around to releasing them for various reasons. That lion looks thinner than he is, but isn't he? He's a chunk. Oh, Curtis, could you possibly bring some terrain to bring out your lead? And I could steal some. That would be cool. Just put that there. Oh, is anyone else going to bring out your leads on next weekend? I'm going just on Saturday. I'm just roaming about doing this. I've missed some messages. Oh, look. Yes, Sebastian, pick up some 28mm things. No news. Oh yeah, Army Painter Wash. I love that. That's what I put on. John Haynes. Oh, I've wobbled that. Woo. Vallejo with airbrush medium. Ooh. Yeah, I like the stronger soft tone. I was talking to Mr. Nick Eyre the other day, and he was telling me that he likes the brown wash from Vallejo, so I might try that. For basing, hang on. Yes, it is live. Hi, Trish. For basing, because I know this made Jimmy's day last time when I was doing a thing. Because I mentioned about using all the different brands. This is the basing stuff. AK is so good. None of this is paid, unfortunately. No one's gonna give me money for saying their stuff's cool. But yeah, the AK basing stuff, this particular one, I love it. It's like the GW one, but better in a bigger pot. That's what I mean about all the different brands being you kind of pick the best out of each company. That's what I do anyway. So yeah, I've got a whole load of GW stuff, but basing this. Oh yeah, and then Army Painter Wash, a few Vallejos. My favourite paint, weirdly, in the world is Troll Blood Highlight. Fact of the day. And yeah, that's Privateer. So yeah, there's stuff all over the place. Cool, Curtis, yeah, if you just send me some pictures or something, then we can always sort something out. Yeah, that'd be cool. What's it like after it's applied? The basey stuff, I use it on everything. You can see that's it, just, oh no, that's not it actually, that's the GW because I couldn't find that stuff. I haven't got any to hand, but it's good. It's good. It's got all different tones and all that stuff too, so it's not just the one. I used it to upgrade the old GW method, you know, the sand, scorch brown, bestial brown. So I just paint that straight on. I don't put sand on bases at all anymore. Yes, it drove me nuts. It's just so mundane. So I just paste that on, dry brush it, highlight up a bit, and then the bonus of selling tufts is I have access to all the tufts, so you may notice I tuft the hell out of everything. I even stopped using flock and used the 2mm moss tufts instead. I should be showing off the product placement really, shouldn't I? Ooh. Thanks, Curtis! Jimmy, have you not bought that AK stuff? Last video you went, ah, this will do all my terrain. Some other bits I was going to show you. Oh no, I don't sell it. No one believes me. They think everything I say is good is to sell. I don't even sell it. You can get it from Great Escape Games. I think they've got it. I get most of my terrainy bits from there. I got loads of model scene mats and stuff too. But yeah, it's something that sort of pops up around. I wanted to talk about scale on some of my things, and I'm still saying stuff and things. I think I've been listening to Rick in Walking Dead a bit too much. This is Patty, the ogre from Ghost of Gaia 2. She's got a butt flap. Goes against my whole thing. But she's obviously based on several characters, and I felt it very important to have a butt flap. I think we can all agree it's not an overtly sexualised miniature though. But I think people don't realise how big my ogres are. So here's Crow next to her. Yeah, I need to put more of these style photos up just so people can see. Let's focus on my face. Go back face. Let's get another one. Who else is cool? So even Fox Fury, she's quite tall with her hair. She'd punch her in the face. Bang. Yeah, Paddy is big. And she's a one-piece resin cast. Phil sculpted her, I love her. Full-on cheesy wasteland warrior. What games do you enjoy as a human? I don't know anymore. I haven't played anything in so long. I was talking again to Mr. Air the other day. He came over for some tea. We were talking about playing Saga again. I haven't played the new edition, so I can't even say I like Saga anymore because I don't know. I used to play the old one, version 1, quite a lot. So my goal is to try and just get a tabletop ready Saga army up, because it was the whole reason I set the company up, to be able to play with female Vikings, and I haven't really done that. So yeah, they've only got their base coats on, but I'm hoping later, by the time I've done all this photography, I'll still have a sort of hobby on and sort of sit and at least get this unit finished. I think when I've got this first little Axe Warrior unit done, that'll give me a nice boost. Just got to try and not be too perfectionist, because that's it. I just keep thinking, oh, I need to showcase the best of my painting ability, and then I get nothing done. I even thought about paying people to do it, which I do for the display figures, but the idea of getting someone else to paint my game models, I still find odd if it's gonna start happening. I think I'm gonna have to do it with some of my World War II, because I like painting up the Shield Maidens. But if I want to play some other stuff, I'm just gonna yeah. I just need to play games again. It's getting ridiculous. I moved last year, and that was my excuse that I couldn't, because I'd moved and all this stuff, but I should be playing now. I'm just knackered a lot of the time. I just work pretty much all the time, and then when I'm not, I'm just I don't really want to sit and concentrate on anything. So hobby and the painting and the gaming sort of took a back seat because I'd rather just lie on the floor covered in guinea pigs. It's the best way to relax. Do you do any other Viking hobbies? I don't think so. I drink mead. I think that's about it. No, I don't know. This is I'm not going to go down that horrible rabbit hole of, yeah, I had all these hobbies and now I just work. Guinea pigs are a very time sink hobby though. Right, what other cool, I was going to show more scaleness. So, and a lesser seen miniatures as well. So this is the Bitch Cyborg. Sculpted by Tim Prow. Another of my favourites. Thanks, Edwin. See, oh, Edwin, thank you for the book. That was amazing. I forgot to message you. That's what made my day. Thank you. There's, Jimmy. The AK paint that I like is that one. Dark Earth. There we are, 8018. So there she is, the beach. This is where Tim will pop up and start asking for commissions again. So that's the cyborg. I'll put her next to... She's another one where the scale's not that clear, so I should get some more scale shots. She's large. I think she's about 40 mil. I love it. Ralph painted this as well. Ralph Plowman. Yay, thanks Edwin. No, that was really nice. It's like, oh, what did I buy and forget about? What other cool stuff? I'll show you some of these and then I'll do a little skim. Oh, you haven't seen this. I'll do a little skim of the table. I'm still here. See you, Curtis. See you, Jimmy. Enjoy your board game barbecue thingy. Get some stuffs. What we got there? But Squiddo seems to have the momentum of a runaway freight train. Why are you so popular? I don't know. A runaway freight train. I feel like I'm on the train, you know, in The Wrong Trousers. Is it The Wrong Trousers? Where they're at the scene with Wallace and Gromit, where he's on the train and they're having to lay the tracks. That's what I feel the freight train's like. I guess if I was to be non-modest, why am I so popular? So I put lots and lots and lots of effort and passion and work and sweat and my life into it, and it's slowly killing me. What have we got? I got struck down the rabbit hole of Viking reenactment. Oh yes, I would love to do it. I don't think they'd allow the pink hair, but yeah, it's something I'd like to do, but time and money puts it off. A LARP is another one, so it's a LARP weekend, so loads of people are off at that. But I think, well, that's all a weird crossover. What if I killed a customer in LARP? Would they not buy stuff from me anymore? Let's go here. Hi, Stephen, Nick. Right, what else have I got to show? I have these. These are on the photography table for later. Painted by M. Durant, who is excellent at painting and also really lovely. I still haven't got around to photographing these. Whoop. So that's the Pick Crane. I keep wanting to talk to Gaslands fella about the Friends of Gaslands thing, because he's a perfect. I love the weathering she's done on these. Oh, look at that. I've even got cleanish nails. I haven't got some grubby hands up here. I've got big tank. The phone camera's really good. It's better than remember when I couldn't get it to focus. There's a little kill count on the side there. Beast. There's one that's got a little egg written on it. Is it this? Yeah, that's painted little egg. Oh, I wrote little egg on the side. It's in reverse, I think. The spiker. I need to do way more with these. The Gunny Pets, which is now War Pigs. War Pigs has not been forgotten. I have just had no time, and it's on the back of my mind all the time. Delaney has written a massive chunk of it, and it's now totally on me to be checking through it and getting to the next stage of it. But it's metaphorically been on my desk for so long because of all the other bits and bobs that I've got to do. But it really isn't forgotten. I have very grand plans for it. Definitely loads more models. And expansions before it's even come out. But I just, yeah, I want to make sure it's not rushed out. Who else have you not seen? Trinity. She was one that was painted later. I think Ralph painted her as well, actually. Yeah, he did, because he painted the wand pink and it looked rude. I had to tell him off. She's cool though. I think I'll show you the whole table of them and what I will be doing. So I'm just going to drink this coffee because it will go cold, and then I will show you. Just looking around for anything else of interest. I found Baggy. I think he's over there. He is over there. You do need the crane. All of the guinea pig, it's the guinea pig and bunny heavy and fast attack packs. Oh yeah, I still have the bunnies. I've got loads. Once I start listing it, like, oh, there's too many things. I've got the bunnies that Em painted as well, which I need to photograph. She's also painted the mushrooms and frozen Baggy, Snow Queen Baggy. So the stack of stuff. Sometimes these little tasks, they can take up so long. So even though it's Sunday and I'm technically working, because these sort of photography tasks always feel like a little thing, and then I start doing it and it just takes forever. And then there's paperwork, obviously takes like the world. So then I, yeah, start going, I've got too much to do. I'm catching up, I'm finally getting caught up. It's a shame that I just spend so much time doing all the less fun stuff when I could be sat working, really getting my head down into some new plans and miniatures and other fun things, but I'm just doing all of the boring admin. So I've got quite a lot of painters, sculptors, all that sorts, but all the day-to-day is me, so everything else that you see. So I've got to, yeah, photograph these, put them in Photoshop, cut them out, sort the graphics, put them on the card, get the card printed. Luckily then my mum blister packs everything up. I'm trying to get ahead as well and sort the blister cards out for, let me spinning, to get the blister cards sorted for Dwarves and Amazons. I've tried to keep them not on the down low, but I'm guessing a lot of people got sick of me spamming Dwarves and Amazons, so I'm kind of going, look at the other things we do, and then when it's fulfillment time I can go Dwarves and Amazons again. But yes, the Pledge Manager is up, in case you missed that. The Pledge Manager is up, all the codes are out, so if you look at the latest Kickstarter update, then that has all the instructions on what to do. I'm so chuffed, it's been hanging over me for a while getting that sorted, and it's done. Woo woo! And something. What's the other thing? Late backers. If you didn't pledge because you were away or not around or anything like that, then you can just, it's best if you just read the thing that they've put up, the update that I've put on the Kickstarter, and that'll make it make more sense. But yeah, just go through the shop, put it in your cart as you would normally, but in the comments just put you're a late backer. It means I won't think you're a backer that's forgot to put the code in and then spend ages going, nah. And then the late backers will be shipped after the original Kickstarter backers. So you get, oh my god, now. So it's been such a weird night. I've been trying to sleep. I've been putting flannels in the freezer and putting frozen flannels all over myself, which is why my hair's not curly, because I've just been flattened on. And then the flannel's melting everywhere. Well, I've been listening to loads of YouTube stuff about simulation theory, and I don't know what's going on anymore. Hi Alex, it's nice to see you here. Excellent, Jamie, for the kitten rescuing. I think you mean kitten rescue and not PZQ. Andy, the mugs are not available on the website because I keep doing limited runs, but there will be some cool mugs. I want to put the pjamas information on the keep zoning out. It's because I'm reading people. Yes, mugs will be coming, not anytime soon, not super soon, but I've got loads of cool Marty artwork I want to put on mugs. Although this is one of the last ones of my own artwork before Martin Whitmore did a couple of baggies. This is my art. And then everyone said that Martin's baggie was the best version of baggie they'd ever seen. So it's the one I haven't drawn. So I just use Marty for all my art now, but I should do some more myself, because that's pretty sweet. I like that. I used to draw baggie all the time, and I kind of just lost all my confidence with it. Pledge Manager is very easy to use, very straightforward. All sorted, have processing. Woo! Yes! I spend so much time trying to make that Pledge Manager as easy to understand and use, so when people do it good. I've had a couple of people that have done the error in the update. It said, don't worry if you cock it up, but I do reserve the right to go, there he is. So I've had a couple of you so far that have made the same sort of silly errors, but I'd say it's all fine. Just go, no. Or, you again. Right, I've nearly finished this coffee, so now I can show you the cool table I've got in front of me. Yeah, other businessy people keep telling me to use BackerKit, and I'm really, really stubborn in using my own website, so I'm interested in from the other side what is better to use, or if there isn't really a difference. I get annoyed with BackerKit because they spam me so much, so the more they spam me, I'm like, okay, use your thing. And I have to pay them as well. I quite like it all being on Bad Squiddo. Takes me a bit longer, but it's mostly in the head. Like, the codes just became this huge, like, I've got to spend a week on the codes, and I did it in an afternoon, so it's not that bad. I get really competitive with myself. I've got everyone down to 30 seconds, so that's 30 seconds to create the code, message you, and mark you as coded. How cool is that? I was a machine. Right. BackerKit is a company that makes pledge managers, so a lot of people use it. Lots of the bigger ones. So if you've backed sort of those large board games, or I think people like Cool Mini or not, although Mantic maybe, all those large companies use BackerKit, and it's just another website where you let us know what you need, but they take another cut. So Kickstarter takes a cut, then obviously I've got to give tax a cut, VAT a cut, and when it gets to BackerKit, I've got to give BackerKit another cut, and then because it's a Kickstarter, people expect things cheaper, and you think, bloody hell, what do I get out of this? So I like using mine. This obviously takes me more time, but I think it's nicer and more personal. But I guess when I get to the point where maybe if my Kickstarters start doubling in size, I might use BackerKit, but I don't know. I don't know if it's something that in a couple of years I'll think, why was I so resistant? There's a few different companies that do it. BackerKit's the one that people seem to use the most. So, but yeah, it's just more, so they just promote it. No, they just offer the platform to basically upload your products and have people buy them. And it makes sense if you're brand new, you don't have a shop already, then it's good. It gives you that sort of temp shop. And I think if you've used other BackerKits, it makes it easier to, well, it's easier if you're totally used to how that works. So they don't really do anything. Well, they obviously do. They give you the platform to do it, and they take charge, I think, of reminding people to fill it in and bits like that. But I'd rather not just give another cutaway and send you off. I like you all being on the website. Thanks, John and Jamie. Yeah, it means I can totally tailor it, and a lot of people do a Kickstarter and then they go again. So they just see the Kickstarter, whereas they don't realise maybe that a company's already got loads of other things they might be interested in. So getting people to the website I find quite important. And yeah, having a little look around going, oh, she does all of this stuff. And maybe people will then sign up to the social media or the newsletter. It kind of gets people to stay rather than just, yeah, Kickstarter and bam and gone again. I like you all to hang around. That's why I'm sat here on a Sunday evening with internet friends. Hello. Sunday evening. Morning. Right, I finally finished my coffee. I will show you what's going on over here. Right. Bum. Woof. There we are. So I wonder if I can... I've got your text all over my screen so I can't see. Right, so this is what I'm up to today. It's the another mug. So this is the board. This is an absolutely lovely deep cut mat. And then I got all of the anything sci-fi out. So yeah, I'll show you the room. Have a little tour. There you go. That's where the magic happens. And loads of junk. It's nothing bad. There's Baggy. Hello. There you are. I've been AWOL for ages. I've even got... I need to sort them out. I've even got drawers of greens now. They're organised. They're organised. Deep Cut Studios. They make lots of different terrain mats. I like the mouse pad ones. Look how good that is. So this is the post-apoc one. So there we go. So this is the board. So that's their mat. I've got that, a jungle mat, and I think something else. And all my jungly terrain. This is some terrain I've borrowed off one of you who's being shy and doesn't want the recognition. Tim. So that's cool. Got that. He's got his Tom cooler. And when I chase Curtis down, I'm going to nick some of his terrain as well. So I'm going to arrange, they're just plonked on the table for the moment. Cool little hut. So I'm just going to arrange the stuff around and take some cool pictures. So I'm going to sit here and just show you. So I got them all out and went, whoa, I've got loads of Ghosts of Gaia. I should have put the other light on. But... So yeah, we've got Bunny Mimic. They're so cute. Pig Mimic. Wow, I can hear the rain now. This is one of my favourite all time. What other cool stuff is in there? Thanks, Tiny War Games. I might take you up on that. I'm after a deserty one. See you. There's a pig. I'm going to head off shortly so I can photograph these. So let me know if there's any bits and bobs you particularly want to see or me to ramble about. I love this wrench mouth. He's a tunneler, so they're blind, like little moles. Oh yeah, these, I need to put them onto a base. These are painted by Em as well. Little motorcyclists. The bun. Himalayan bun. Oh, he's got a little carrot there. So yeah, tons of Ghosts of Gaia stuff. There's Squeepiosa. There she is. Whip! I think I've got grot on my lens. Almost certainly. And there's a random shield maiden in there. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm going to put the ghouls in there somewhere. I don't show them off very much because there was all the kick-off about the baby. But they're Paul Muller ghouls. He's known for his grotesque. I figured I could put them into the post-apoc somewhere. And then I've just got some bits of terrain. I'll show you downstairs if you want. So I've got some more bits. Most of my terrain is most of my terrain's Fenris or aquarium. Ooh, aquarium, Easter Island guy. Aquarium stuff. Hi Hagram. Oh, very quickly, some more down here. I can show you some of that other terrain that's downstairs. Totally not an excuse to show you some pigs as well. So this is some Fenris terrain. That's a road marker, I think, and some jungly bits. I made all this because I was going to play Frostgrave Ghost Archipelago. So that's Fenris, that's Forge of Ice. And they're all based off real runestones as well, which makes them extra cool. See what I mean? I tuffed everything, but all the tufts. And this one's got some of the old Bristol face kits. Oh, there's one. I think there's some on the other side. Oh no, it's the other one there's another one with loads of faces. And then model scene mats. That's just the plain grass. See, I like just showing off the stuff I like that doesn't have any sort of sales connotations. I don't stock any of this. That's a slightly more textured one. I haven't got him out the box yet. And that's my favourite, but it can be hard to position them to photograph. I think it's better for dioramas. And what else? This is what I've been using as the backdrop. I'm going to put it onto some plastic card, I think, so it's a bit more stable. So I've been gathering all this stuff up. I'll show you the ones downstairs. Get a little tour now. There's Megan. And of course, look at these critters. Hello. Hello. This is my living room. It's full of guinea pigs. Hey, rack. Yes, let's just move some things. So these are the other bits of terrain I haven't done anything with yet. House is remarkably tidy. Got all that stuff. Never shown anyone. Right. I've been digging in the garage basically. So I found these are the Renedra ruins back when I was frost graving, and these are some of my candles. I've popped them on there. That looks like a lump, but it's not. Morning, Ray. It's a skull. Oh, I need to take pictures of these. I'm going to be taking pictures all day, aren't I? So I made these. It was back when they were Ristles, before I bought them. And I made them to show off how just little bits can jazz up that sort of... I don't know the word. I love Renedra, before it sounds bad. That sort of more mass-produced, sort of cheaper, large plastics. I think they definitely have their place, and I love all these Renedra plastics. But yeah, just to personalise them, then you get these little... So these are my candles. I need to get a better picture on the website of those. Yeah, a few little tufts and snow, and they're lovely. I haven't got any minis down here, so I can't show. So there's some wintries. And then there's just a few more of these. So that's Fenris creepy eye thing. And I've kind of whacked all these together one afternoon, one weekend. So I should put a bit more, detail on some of them. This is Ristles. I don't know if anyone bought this. When he shut down, he was selling everything off piece by piece, so I bought most of it, but There's still lots. I tried to make it so it could be fancier, but I tried to make them so they were gameable. So they're still nice and flat to put your minis around. You know, I could put a lovely thing there, but you wouldn't see it. That's another aquarium thingy. This is more Fenris. These one I love anything with a Squiddo on, even though it's Cthulhu. I've decided they're all Squiddos. And that was some eBay guy that did sort of mixed jungle scatter. I really liked it. I can't remember what they were called, but they had some neat stuff. And yeah, I think the rest of this is Fenris. So got these. There's just rocks, but with neat little runes. And again, it's just difficult terrain. Just builds the board up, because obviously you don't want to be casting spells across the entirety of the board. That's Fenris 2. That's an old Ristal's head. So I'm just going to clean that lens. I think there's grot on the lens. There we are. This is Angsty. So again, just simple, but it means you can get a character through there and they can use it as cover. Because the nicest terrain in the world, you've still got to be able to actually use it. So that's why I've done that. So there's another little Angsty. There's a little skull on there. And I think that's another one. Or just a rock. Just a rock. Yes, so I should probably stop procrastinating and get to doing some stuff. Some piglets. That's not bloodshed, it's beetroot. So this is a standard guinea pig happenings wandering around. There's Carol. Oh no, it's not. It's a sort of sponge. She had a haircut yesterday. Hello. Oh, there's Nina. Hello, you. I should get her a treat. Let's get you a treat. And then we have some hay that needs hoovering. Greg lad. He is the biggest lad. Hello. Here he is. He doesn't give a look. Oh. There's Nini. Come on, do your trick. Do your trick live. Live. Come on. Up, up, up. You can have a starter. Oh, she's buggered off. Buggered off. Hello, you. Oh, these are all running off. Camera shy. That's Carol. Hello. Oh, thank you. Boop. To get Nina to show you a trick, but she's ran off. There she is. Come on. Come on. Full legs. Up here. Yeah. Look at that. Gregor munching away like a big muncher. What else we got? There's Sponge. Sponge and Carol. She's gone in a tube. I know the camera's scary. There's another one. There's another one for you. Boop. Boop. Nina. Boop. Boop you. You think I've got more food, don't you? I should probably give you a... You go, have a pea flake. Right, I will be heading off. As you can see, I've got full on distracted. Anything else anyone wants to throw in before I head off? Just see a Gregor's face, but he's so busy munching. On you munching. Little muncher. Oh, everyone else wants... Oh, hello everyone. Wanting boops. You know you want food. I'm going to pretend you want boops. It's going to be my Sunday. Oh, don't blame me. I haven't got foods. Little sharks. Go on then. One more. One more. One more. Oh, one more for Nini. Go on, do the trick. Go on, show them. Right. How do I do the thing? Do the thing? Hey! Hello. No, none of them are albino. Albino pigs are quite rare and sickly. You can get, guinea pigs come with black, ruby and red eyes. And oh, sorry, piglets. So you can get a combination of white with red eyes. So Moogle, who we lost last week, she looked like an albino, but she wasn't. And these two little grey silly things, they just have ruby eyes, that's all. So thanks for watching and hanging around. I'm going to do all these photos, make another tea, and I'm just going to chill today and take some cool photos, edit some cool photos, play with these weird little critters, and get back to work properly tomorrow. Well, properly. I'm working all day. Right, thanks for rambling now. Oh, I was looking at pigs. They're all looking at me now. They're like, oh, you've given us some treats. More, please. Goodbye. A bit more pig. I lied. I'm not going. Look at these pigs. There's Karen. Hello. And Carol. More foods. It's the elusive Karen. A sponge. Sponge. Look at you. You are the cutest. Right, bye everyone.